Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time once again for the Midweek War. And we are here to talk about the go-home show to Takeover London. We're here to talk about NXT. I, of course, am Mad Mike. With me, as always, is the lovely Tonio Garza. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mike. Thank you for calling me lovely. You just made my day.
All right, and with us, as always, also is the slightly lovelier because of his new digs, Eamon Paton, the voice of Inspired Pro Wrestling. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm slightly more lovelier. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, very excited. Okay, very excited to talk NXT this week, especially with the go-home.
By the way, thanks for calling me lovely, assholes. All right, anyway.
We didn't enjoy the show.
God damn it. Both horrible. All right, so you guys know how we do this. Garza, what is your one word for NXT this week?
Dilemma.
I'd say, to say the least.
Yeah.
Eamon, your one word?
Okay, stay with me, but my one word for NXT this week is spit.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right. Well, we're here talking about NXT, and there's only one word to describe it. SERIOUS. Serious. I had to do that. All right. All right. Garza, what is your good this week for NXT?
My good this week, I'm going to give it to... It was just a little promo, but the promo that Baron Corbin and Samoa Joe did for Apollo and Balor, I thought it was really, really good. I just like how it was simple, like, we don't like you, and if you come out to the ring tonight, we're going to kick your ass, and you're not going to make it to NXT London. Right? Plain and simple, they got their point across, and they got them heat. So kudos to those guys for their promo.
Excellent. All right, Eamon, you're good for this week?
I was gonna say the one you had your word for, but I guess I'll say it anyways, just a backup. Was the opener with Endzone Cast. I liked serious Endzone Cast. I know you said on Twitter that you know Endzone Cast you love them because they're the fun-loving guys, but I think in this situation it worked because it really I think made the tag title match super important.
Mm-hmm.
They made like great points of the fact that like they are the longest out of every team in NXT, they've been around the longest as a team, and they've rightfully I think deserved the tag titles because they've got themselves over and all that. And it really was a captivating promo, and it really got me more excited for that matchup because I really wanted to see Enzo and Cass kind of take it. It really did feel like like their version of like a Bailey or Sami Zayn kind of road to get to the title kind of thing where they've been working for so long. So yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I didn't like that. I obviously love that. Like, I just kind of missed it, but I understand why they do it. Like, so often we see people in WWE who have had horrible things happen to them, and yet they still do their main entrance like they're in a video game.
Yeah.
Hello, Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns should have been taking copious notes during that Endzone Cast thing. Like, copious notes. Or he should have been asking whoever did the road agent for that. He should be finding out everything about that, because if you can make Enzo Amore look like a serious motherfucker, you've won. You've won, and that car horn signifies it. All right,
I was gonna say if this was Raw, Enzo and Cass would cut a 5-minute promo calling like whatever the equivalent of tater tots is to Dash and Dawson.
Yeah, of course. Soft nuts, I believe.
Soft nuts.
Yeah. So Garza, what was your bad this week?
My bad this week. Wait, did you get your good?
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I apologize. My good, let's see, I was going to say the Endzone Cast stuff, but, I'm just going to say Dana Brooke for everything that she does. She didn't have a match this week. She made what's his
Tom Phillips.
Tom Phillips. She made him bend down so she could pat his head. Just everything. And might I add, she was looking quite lovely. Just throwing that out there. It was a different look for Dana Brooke because she's usually always in her gear. She's always in her gear, but the fact that that whole thing where they tried to distract Asuka and Asuka's like, no, I watch wrestling too. I know what you're doing, and then KO right to what's her name's head?
Deanna.
Deanna, yes, yeah.
Which I talked to Chachi about that on Twitter, because he had brought it up as well. That's something you never see. When's the last time we saw a match ended knockout in WWE?
Kevin Owens.
Oh, that's true.
Kevin Owens beating Sami Zayn.
Well, yeah, and even that was kind of still billed as
and that was more a stoppage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was more a stoppage thing than anything. But just a fucking knockout, yeah, that's like Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar shit.
I can't even think of an announcer saying the winner of this match by knockout in WWE.
I'm pretty sure Asuka could beat Sami Zayn by knockout.
Yeah.
And by the way, book that, please. That would be amazing. All right. So, Garza, what's your bad this week?
All right, now let's get to the bads. My bad is going to go to Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder versus...
I thought you were going to say Bailey.
No. Well, Mojo Rawley and the whole match. I thought this was one of those shows that, since it's a go-home show, they tried to cram up as much as they could in one show. But I felt that match was... just a waste of time that they could have used for something else. So I didn't like the match, and it had Mojo Rawley, so I obviously did not like the match.
Garza, we're eventually going to turn you back around on Mojo Rawley.
Oh man!
If Bobby can come back, you can come back. I firmly believe this.
I mean, the crowd seemed to be into him, and his family didn't seem to be in the crowd this time around. So.
All right, Eamon, what was your bad this week?
God, my bad for this week. While I really like the match that she had on this week's show, I'm and maybe you'll change over time. I'm not a fan of Peyton Royce's new gimmick, which is I have long legs and I smell flowers. Apparently.
Yeah, it was weird.
To be fair, both those things were true.
Yeah, well. I just don't get it. But, the match was good, I thought, with her and Baylor. But I don't know about this. I don't know how long this new character will last, because I don't know.
Okay. She already has a gimmick in the house shows. So I think this may just be the transition between this and the gimmick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, my bad this week is... It's gonna go to Nya and Eva.
Oh.
It's not because of their promo. I mean, they're both new. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I don't think they will ever get a proper chance to develop there. I honestly don't. Because the Full Sail crowd is so nuclear against anything that's Eva Marie. They will never give her a proper chance to develop, because Eva hears those boos, and she probably thinks that means she's doing well.
Well, that's what I mean. If we're taking Total Divas into account or whatever, that's what she's being told. Is that, and that's a lot of the mentality. It seems, not just on NXT but in general with WWE. It's like, if you're getting a reaction, then that means you're doing your job. And that's not always the case. I don't blame Eva, but I feel like we talked about this with Joe Dombrowski on a recent Mayhem show with Roman Reigns. It's just reached the point of no return. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's nothing she or the writers or anybody can do to turn her around, I feel. And that's just because they made a stupid mistake a couple years ago, put her on a Raw way too early than she needed to be, and she built this reputation. And she seems to be working hard in the Performance Center and stuff like that, but...
I mean, she has improved. It's just... They want her to be much more improved than she is. And
Yeah.
if you look at, like, she's only been doing this for, what, 4 years? If
Probably
that?
less than that.
Yeah, if that. I mean, look at guys like John Cena, where they were 3-4 years into their wrestling career. Guarantee they were about the same.
Yeah, but it's not even a matter of just in-ring wrestling ability. It's just a matter of what they portrayed her as to the crowd, and
Mhm.
you know, like I said, those years where she was, not properly trained and wrestling matches on Raw and stinking up the place. Not her fault, but she was stinking up the place.
Mhm.
That leaves an impression on people's minds, and that's just damage that WWE made that they're just not gonna, be able to rebound from. It's not her fault,
No.
but
And I feel bad because I feel like she is such a natural heel. Like, she does have, like, that, I mean, it's cliche to say, but she has that it factor that you can't teach in a performance era. She has the natural ability to garner a reaction, good or bad, positive or negative, whatever. She has, like, something that makes you want to watch to see what happens. It's just that what you're watching isn't very good right now. And I think she has the capability to turn it around, but I they need to keep her in somewhere that isn't Full Sail.
yeah. Well, I
Because
don't think.
Full Sail is going to be brutal to her the entire time. Every
think-
single time. She'll never be able to talk properly.
I think Full Sail would be. I mean, I think as bad Full Sail is, anywhere else where it's an NXT based, like kind of that kind of crowd, it's gonna be just as bad.
I disagree.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously you were in Brooklyn or whatever, but like, and
There were boos, but it was a normal booing. It was a normal boo. Because you also have to remember, the bigger the arenas you get to, the more casual fans you get, even if it is NXT, and they're going to be like, oh, I know her from Total Divas.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Full Sail, like, as a collective hive mind, has made up their mind about Eva Marie. And it's detrimental to her, and it's detrimental to the product.
Yeah, I just would be interested because I know I can't remember when the dates are, but they're going to tape some shows out of Full Sail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
some
like
other-
January 22nd or something like that.
Yeah, and I think it's still in Florida, so you make it the same kind of crowd. But
But it's supposed to be a bigger arena, so...
yeah, I mean that
Still
could
the
be
university arena though.
Yeah.
It's still a full sail stadium or something or whatever it is.
No, it's not. It's like an actual
like
stadium.
it's one of the like state colleges, I think, or something.
It's like a couple thousand
Yeah,
stadium.
but it belongs to Full Sail. It's part
Oh,
of the-
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So
But
it may
still,
be the
they're
same
going
people.
to have more people there.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a test as far as
Well, I think England will be a test too.
yeah. Well, I mean, she doesn't have a match on there. Well, we'll get to it.
She'll be at the tapings.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, she'll be at the tapings. They're going to have a bunch of episodes from England, I'd imagine.
Are they?
I think so.
Because their tour of England already started yesterday, and I believe the last step on the taping is Takeover.
Well, I mean, they recorded a whole episode of NXT before Takeover Brooklyn.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That there's going to be matches, like dark matches.
Yeah.
Like a full card of dark matches. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. All right.
I found it. Side note with that. I found it really interesting if you look at the schedule. Like they're wrestling from yesterday until Takeover. There are NXT events like the entire week. I wonder how that's gonna. I hope that doesn't. My initial thought when I saw that was I hope there's not like injuries or anything that comes from it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they have the full component. Like, I know Neville's there, Sami Zayn's there, so they have more roster than normal. So I think they should be okay.
Yeah, they brought over like a good amount of guys. So.
I bet they'll have a lot of local jobbers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Garza, what would you change from NXT this week?
I guess this is a little bit nitpicky because I didn't really find much that I would change. I guess I would have had something where Dana and Emma get their heat on Asuka, because for the whole feud since Asuka debuted, I felt that she's untouchable.
Oh no, they took her down once.
Yeah, once.
Yeah, but I think that's all you need.
No.
They tried to end her undefeated streak and they failed. Like, I thought that was good.
But it's not about the defeated streak. I mean,
And
it's
plus,
just about getting heat.
we don't know what's happening. Emma could win.
Yeah, hopefully. But, I mean, I'm saying that it's about getting heat. Just like Joe has had 2 weeks of getting heat on Balor, I don't feel Emma or Dana has heat on.
But
I think they're telling a much different story though.
yeah, it's a different kind of feud.
Yeah, it's a different kind of feud, but you still need to get heat on the face, the baby face.
I don't know.
Yes,
I think there's plenty.
I think the heat, I guess you could say, or the building up of Emma was through like those matches that she's had in recent weeks, which she's shown that more vicious side. It doesn't have to be directly at Asuka. You know what I mean? Like, I think because if she just beat up Asuka, like that kind of, you still want to sell Asuka as this killing machine.
Mhm.
But
It's like no one's gonna get heat on Brock Lesnar. If you do, it's gonna happen once, and you're lucky to get that. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of mode Asuka's in right now. She's in that Super Destroyer type of mode.
Which is what I would change. I just find it really annoying that she's like super destroying right now.
Okay, fair enough. Eamon, how about you?
For my change this week, and while the match was good this week, I wouldn't have done the main event tag match. Because I feel like putting the two feuds together in one match, I feel, especially those two feuds, I feel like they shouldn't touch each other really that much. I mean, I know they touched each other before, but like the week before Takeover, in like an actual match, I feel like they shouldn't, have, sort of gotten into
Like maybe do Balor versus
either Balor versus Corbin or Joe versus Apollo.
Okay, I can see that.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like if the whole thing is Apollo wants to get his hands on Baron Corbin and stuff like that, and like he's technically getting his hands on him in the tag match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right. My change is a minor one. I loved the backstage promo they did with Corbin and Balor. Like, because not Corbin and Balor, Apollo.
Balor and Cruz.
Yeah, Balor and Cruz. Like Apollo saying that he was going to take care of Baron, and then he picks up the NXT title and puts on Balor's shoulder. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, but my change would have been because Balor looked legit a little nervous. Like, there's a lot of guys gunning for my belt, and I think it was almost seemed like a realization factor to that character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all four of these murder killers, like Cruz, Corbin, and Joe, are all like fuck people up.
Yeah.
That's their whole mode. That's what they've all been on NXT for their entire runs. And he's just like, all three of these guys want what I have. And I think the only change I would have made, have Balor come out last. And just do, like, during his entrance, have him spin it around so he's looking at all three of those guys in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Or not play up, like, not even have, like, dissension, but, like, play up a little. Like...
Oh, no, not dissension, because Apollo Crews is too nice of a guy to do
anything in the match. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna pull a chicanery, but the realization on Balor was
yeah.
Like, and plus I don't know if we pointed out before. Did you guys see that he has the Balor Club Worldwide stitched in his jacket?
Yeah,
no, I don't.
It's awesome. They zoomed in on it this week. I'm like, oh, he's got the whole logo in there. It's really cool. All right. So before we head out, Garza, where did you rank NXT this week?
I think I'm gonna rank it number 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a show that I felt that everything was crammed up. Yes, yeah, and this time I'm actually gonna be in the Impact show, man. Bring it. Yeah, number 3 for me.
I swear to God, Grinch, we're gonna make your heart go 3 sizes one day. I promise you that. All right, Eamon, what is your proper ranking for NXT?
Yes. My ranking is number 1 this week. I like this week's episode of NXT. Thought it was good. Good go home for Takeover. Got me excited for stuff. got me real interested going into next week. And it ended with Balor puking, I guess, or whatever that was supposed to be.
Just foaming from the mouth.
It was
awesome.
It was like, I love that he, like, that's his way of like selling getting choked out, is like to just spit up a bunch.
Well, that's been used before, though.
I think so, yeah.
It's been used before.
But then they like would like, because they have the HD cameras or whatever, and they just did like this like extreme close up on it. It was disgusting.
Extreme close up.
It was oh yeah, it was just him spitting up and then like him trying to like blow raspberries. Like I love that cell. But yeah.
Finn Balor, Lego Builder, NXT Champion, Raspberry Blower. Yeah, NXT was number one for me this week. Too. I thought it was a really fun go-home show. It got me super excited for Takeover, which takes place at 3 in the afternoon on Wednesday. We don't know when we're going to review that, but we will figure it out. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought the Endzone Cast stuff was great, and pretty much everything we mentioned. Like, I didn't really have too many bad things to say about the show.
Mm-hmm.
But before we sign out, gentlemen, predictions.
Yay.
Eamon, you have the card, right?
I do have the card.
Okay.
Let's run through this.
Run it down for us, Eamon.
Let's run through this real quick. Okay, so we've got the one-on-one Baron Corbin one-on-one with Apollo Crews. This one I feel can go either way. Like, this one I really think either man could take it. I want to say Apollo just from the fact that I feel like they really like strapped the rocket to his back, particularly with the heavyweight title stuff. But I'll say Apollo, but I think there is a chance Corbin can still take it.
Okay, Garza.
I'm also wondering because I think Corbin needs the win in order to get into the title contention. But like Eamon said, Apollo has rockets strapped on his back, so I think Apollo.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna be dissident. I'm gonna say Baron Corbin. Corbin lost to Joe. He hasn't had a big win in a while. And even though Apollo does have the rocket strapped to his back, he doesn't have the stigma of being undefeated anymore.
That's true.
So I feel like Apollo is going to go down. And I'm not saying it's going to be clean. In fact, I don't think it's going to be clean at all.
Mm-hmm.
I could see like a low blow leading to an end of days. That's what I could see happening. I think Baron is going to win this one.
I'm very excited for this match because if we get the Baron Corbin we got at last Takeover, like against somebody like with the agility and speed of Apollo, like that could be really cool.
Yeah. All right, Eamon, next match.
Next is the grudge match featuring the women of NXT. Emma one-on-one with Asuka.
Okay. Yeah. Eamon, you can go first.
I was going to say, I think it's obvious Asuka will destroy. I think this will be a very good competitive match. I think also with the women's title match on the show, this is the match that I feel like, in case that match doesn't deliver like the women's championship matches have been delivering on takeovers, then this is the match that I think will be the real special like match the match we're talking about.
Is this the first time we've had a women's non-title match on a takeover?
No, besides Asuka and Dana.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, and then there was that one time where it was a tag with Dana and Emma, Charlotte, and Bayley.
That was on a takeover?
Yeah, I think it was the Sasha Becky takeover.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay.
But yeah.
All right, Garza?
Yeah, Asuka. Like, she's on destruction mode.
Okay. I'm also going Asuka. I'm also going to predict that Asuka will set a distance record when Emma's head flies off of her shoulders. I predict it will go entirely over the length of the channel. Yeah, but that's just gonna be a fun match. I think that's gonna be the show stealer. I think it has to be because Emma's been showing such intensity lately. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, Eamon, what's the next one?
Then we roll into the title matches. We got the tag titles. Dash and Dawson defending against Enzo and Cass. I think this is Enzo and Cass's time. I think this is, especially in front of a large crowd like they'll be in London. You know, especially the promo that they had this past week. I think this is their time. I think they're taking it.
All right, Garza.
I agree. It feels weird that they're gonna do like a really short title reign for the Mechanics, but I think you can't stop the momentum of Endzone Cast right now. They already failed to do it at Brooklyn. If you do it again, you're gonna kill the team. So it's here now or never.
They didn't have a tag title shot at Brooklyn.
Oh, it was the one before.
Exactly. No, but exactly, they didn't win the title.
Oh, okay. You mean WWE?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think bada boom, realest champs in the room. I think that's gonna happen. I think it kind of has to. Enzo and Casa paid their dues, and they're more intense now. Like they have taken the NXT storyline, which is we're too nice, something pushes us, then we win.
Yeah. If at this point
right now we're at the something pushes us, so they're gonna win.
If at this point they don't win the titles, it's because they're breaking the team up, and there's gonna be a sword.
Or they'll be in the main roster by Royal Rumble.
That's true.
That's the only other thing.
I think they're too good to break up. You can't break.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna break him up. If anything, Enzo's gonna sing Big Cass down to the ring during the Royal Rumble, and you can't teach that. Eamon, next match.
Next match is the Women's Championship match. Bayley defending against Nia Jax.
This is tough.
I think I'm not saying it's in a whatever kind of way. I think Nia Jax takes it. I think it's going to be very hard to make unless it's like somebody cost her the match or something. But I think if you want to build Nia as a monster, she has to win the belt.
Okay. I think Bayley squeaks out. And my rationale for this is because I feel like eventually we're going to get a triple threat match with Eva, Nya, and Bayley. And that's where Nia will take it. But I feel like Bayley's run, because right now she's probably the best in-ring performer with the NXT women. I don't feel like Nia is ready to carry that yet. That's just my only rationale for it. I don't think Nia's ready to hold the torch for it yet because she hasn't been in NXT that long. Asuka's been in NXT longer.
Well, I mean, on television-wise, she hasn't been.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got our Glacier promos, but still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's been she's been signed and like working and house shows.
Yeah, no, I mean like on TV though.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Asuka's been there longer, so.
Garza, give yours because I got a slight also one for this as well. That'll go to Mike's point.
Well, Mike, grab onto your share because in a world with Rock's cousins, I'm rooting for Bayley. Yes.
I think the Grinch's heart just grew 1.5 sizes.
As much as I hate Bayley, I hate the Rock's cousins even more. So I'm rooting. Yeah, so I'm rooting for Bayley. Yeah. So, however, it's hard to say because Nia could win it because of Eva. But at the same time,
she could lose it because of Eva too.
Exactly, too. But I'm kind of thinking that Bayley's building up to a multi-woman match, either a three-way or some kind of gauntlet with the other short. No, with the other short girl. What's Bliss?
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I hope there's more titles match for Bliss.
I just hope Alexa Bliss is allowed to wear her Freddy Krueger gear.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk about that.
Oh, I had to, if we didn't mention it during predictions, I don't know why we would have, but here we are. I was going to mention it before we signed off because holy shit, that was awesome.
So I'm going to go Bayley, just because I want to see Nia Jax as champion.
All right. Welcome to the Hug Life, Garza.
Shut up.
Hold on. So, Garza, should I send your Bayley band UPS or FedEx?
Yes, UPS.
Sign it with that match as well, because I also have a side prediction. and I think it may appease both of you or disappease both of you. I don't even know if that's
Is
a
this
word.
where you're talking about Jack the Ripper?
No. So, because my thing is that Nia Jax wins. My prediction is that Nia Jax will win the belt because she's just too powerful. But I think we're going to go to an old WWE trope here.
Oh no.
No,
are you talking WrestleMania 9?
No. I'm talking like whatever was the before WrestleMania 4
3.
or 5. Is it 3 or 4?
Oh, you're talking Andre.
I'm talking Nia Jax wins the title
Gives it to
and
Eva.
gives it to Eva Marie.
Wow.
Whoa.
Because why else would Eva be cool with Nia challenging for the belt?
Oh, that's bold. I love it. I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot, Eamon.
Eva's way too cool with now just having
my God.
letting Nia have this match because she's gonna win the belt for her.
Going off of that, picture if you will, all right? If that exact thing happens, which I could actually see. Imagine if the next takeover is just an all women's tournament.
I think you could do
with one men's match for the NXT title.
Mhm.
Could you imagine that? That would be amazing.
That would be fantastic.
NXT Takeover Revolution.
Yeah, bring back Sasha and some of the other girls.
Well, you got all the Australian chicks. You got Buffalo Wild Wings girl. You got Blue Pants, obviously.
But I would say you either do that, or the feud that you lead into is Eva Asuka, and the story is that Eva needs to get her head taken off.
Oh, Eamon, do you think they do a finger poke of doom?
I don't know if they would go that far.
Oh, I could see Eva and Nia doing a finger poke of doom.
Possibly.
Could you imagine? And then Eva can go around saying, "I won the NXT Women's Championship with one move."
Yeah. But that's my theory.
Oh, I want this so bad now. If they're gonna make Eva NXT champ, do it something like this.
And also, if you thought
what Eamon said or what I said, something like it. That. Oh, that'd be so good.
But if you thought the heat was bad before, it would get
nuclear.
Yeah, radioactive. Yeah. All right, and obviously we have the final match: Balor and Joe. Garza, who you got?
Well, since apparently we're still gonna build to Apollo versus Balor, so I'm gonna go with Balor.
Okay, Eamon.
I'm gonna go with Balor as well, because
wow,
I think Joe will put up a really good fight, and this will be probably one of the more competitive NXT title matches. My theory is this, because I heard this idea from somebody. I can't remember who. I think it was I was talking with a group
Brandon
of people.
Stroud.
It might have been, but I was talking with it was in a group of people.
Okay.
Because I feel the story that they can do, based off of how the stuff is being positioned right now in NXT. You have Balor as champion coming out of London. I believe, if my math is correct, obviously Sami Zayn's returning, and returned in-ring wise.
He's already had some matches, yeah.
Yeah. I believe Hideo Itami's not far behind in his return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say he'd probably be back in the next set of tapings.
How would you and if anyone in NXT creative or whatever is somehow listening to this, even if I say this and this is what you're going for, keep doing it because it's a great idea. Don't not do it because I am putting it out here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hideo comes back, and the reveal and the shocking twist is that Owens isn't the one that took out Itami. Balor was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you said that when it first happened too.
But Finn didn't do it.
The
demon did it.
Yeah.
Because he had the most. It literally makes the most sense. He had the most to gain with Itami being gone. With Itami being gone, he was out of the number one contenders match with him and Balor and Breeze, and that was the match that got Balor the shot at Kevin for the belt.
Yep.
It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that could be a money feud.
That could go a lot of places because that night Joe debuted, So they could go into Joe into Joey Tommy.
That as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
But what I've been feeling at least for the last month is that I feel the next takeover is gonna be Fatal 4-Way Part 2. Because we have Apollo, we have Corbin chasing the title, and then on the women's side we have, like we were saying, Eva, Nya, and you can still count Bliss, or whoever wins between
Emma and Asuka.
Emma and Asuka. Yeah, so, and even the tag titles, because Jordan and Gable are building a lot. Unfortunately, their Hype Brothers are building a lot. You have the Mechanics, you have Endzone Cast.
And so, even Vaudevillains, like they still
I
have,
was
like,
gonna say
four.
Vaudevillains slowly turning heel.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the next one could be a Fatal 4-Way show again.
All right. Well, I'm gonna shock you guys. I say Joe beats the Demon.
You think
I'd
it's
be
gonna
fine
be a
with
Demon?
I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna flat out win the belt. Someone has to beat Demon Balor at some point.
Yeah.
It has to happen for him to be a real character, because if the Demon is this unbeatable thing, the drama goes away from it.
So, side question: do you guys think we're getting the Demon on this feud for this show?
Absolutely.
I think this show we probably will. I think he kind of took a break last takeover because it was just a tag tournament to where he kind of.
Well, yeah, his title wasn't on the line.
Yeah, and also that would have been a real pain if he had to do a match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and then do another match.
Different demons.
Yeah, but I think Joe beats the Demon.
It's possible.
Because Joe is the kind of character that could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really think that's what it is. I really think that's going to happen. I know we've been having weeks and weeks of Joe go over on Finn, and that generally leads to Finn going over, but I'm going the other way.
Okay.
All right, so let's wrap this up here. Garza, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You can find me at DW Revolution for Twitter, and you can find me at dwrestlingrevolution.com.
All right, Eamon, where can the good people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Eamon2Please, and they can also find the little wrestling organization I work for called Inspire Pro Wrestling at Inspire Pro Res.
All right, and you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Also on live.sorgatronmedia.com. We're there every Tuesday night talking things about wrestling. We got the Wrestling Mayhem Show proper and the Indie Mayhem Show. And also I was featured on Goodbye in My Mo Lightning. He's a friend of the show. Sorg and Dutters have talked to him and all that stuff. I was put together a list of top 25 guys that was used in part of their top 50 list. So go to WrestlingAudio.com and check out their podcast, because they mentioned me by name there. So, it's a good time. It's a good listen. They do a top 50 ranking of all the wrestlers throughout the year. They do it in 3 parts. The first part is 50 through 25. So yeah, give it a listen. All right, so for Tonio Garza, for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.